Hey guys, today we're going to talk about what kind of paints you can decorate your pottery with based on different types. So for the basic red, you can use red iron oxide. Which it can stain, but it makes a really good red color. This is easy to polish. I bought it off of New Mexico Clay. You can also get yellow iron oxide, which I don't have it in form, but I do have it on a pot that you might recognize from my coil and scrape video. So this yellow, that's yellow iron oxide with a black paint that I'll show you later. Okay, second is white. This is also from New Mexico Clay. So it's a white slip, and it's sold by the gallon. Next is black, and this is the last I have. This is copper carbonate. So it looks like a greenish color or teal. It fires to either a light black or a dark gray. This is manganese. It is poisonous. It fires to a black, but sometimes it can go to a brown. So what you can do is you can combine these, and it'll make a really good black paint. Every time that you make paint, you want to add some clay to it so that it will stick, because the mineral is just ground up rock. It's not going to stick to your pot. And I don't have anything on the yellows that you see in the Hopi. So let's talk about which kind of paints they use. Let's start with the membranous. It looks like they use a black paint, and if it looks like a brownish red, it's red. So they fire their pots, they get it really hot, which this red iron oxide will turn black, and then to keep the oxygen out, they dump dirt on it so that it won't let oxygen, and it'll reduce for things like membranous and tularosa and Chaco. Now let's talk about things like the Maverick Mountains. So usually they use the yellow slip for the red, and they use the black paint mixture I was talking about, and then they use some white clay, as I have. And if you get into some pottery types, it looks like lazy. They add galena, lead, and they get it hot, and I think it melts. The Salado, they use a smectite, which I have some. And you can use things like ground up plants or even syrup to make, and it's really hard to fire. I should make a video on how to make the organic paint one. And the Holcomb, they do not use a white, they use a buff, which comes from calcium carbonate, I believe. Otherwise known as caliche. It has a buff, and then you use your red iron oxide. And that's what they used. And Encinas red on brown. They just use a buff colored clay and the red iron oxide. And I don't think that there's any, at least common, other materials. So I'm pretty sure that my next video will be on making organic paint. So stay tuned for that.